Hi there, it's Dolls, Toys, and Games Gal. Welcome back to my channel where I make doll beds and doll crafts and dorm rooms for my daughter's Ever After High dolls and Monster High dolls. I made a new bed for Bunny Blanc, which was a very popular request. Many of you must have disliked her old bed. Speaking of her old bed, here it is. Actually, after a while, my own daughter got to disliking it, and she asked me to remake it and put the pressure on, so I did. I had this idea that I wanted to make her a Wonderlandian quilt, so I took this black and white checkered fabric, this mint green harlequin diamond pattern fabric, this white bunnies on mint background fabric, this Alice in Wonderland fabric that had a lot of white rabbits on it, this gray denim fabric, this white craft fur, and I made it all into a quilt. So first I cut the white rabbits into diamond shapes. Then I cut the other fabrics also into diamond shapes and hot glued them down onto the gray denim fabric. Then I trimmed the edges to make them lay flat because previously the diamonds were sticking out. Then I used some gold ribbon to outline the edges of the diamonds to give the quilt a more finished look. Then I trimmed off the excess gold ribbon sticking out over the edges. Then with this bright pink ribbon, I outlined the left and right edges of the quilt. Also hot glued on the craft fur to the top, but not quite the top, because I'll be hot gluing on this black ribbon trim to the top and bottom. To finish it off, I hot glued on more of the bright pink ribbon, and now I really am excited. It's the first quote-unquote quilt I've ever made. This is her old bed that I'm about to take apart, and boom, pried off the bunny headboard. I wanted to save the SmoothFoam block because honestly they're quite expensive and I like to recycle them. I recovered it with this, the mint green harlequin diamond fabric, and I'm trimming it with this black chiffon trim, and then I'll be finishing it off with this gold ribbon. And for her headboard, I found this awesome shape. It's called a photo booth shape, but it just looks like a top hat to me. And so I painted it black because I want this to be Bunny's headboard, like her hat. Then I found these dimensional stickers from Jolie's Boutique. These are pocket watches, and they come in gold and silver, and they're at Hobby Lobby and also at Joann Fabrics. And you can literally stick them right on to the wood, which I'm showing you here. This bunny headboard is going to come in handy. I'm just going to chop off the ears, which I've done, and then hot glued to the back of her top hat headboard. Then you can see the bunny ears are a bit rough around the edges, so with this very thin gold ribbon, I'm going to be trimming the bunny ears. As you can see, I added a few more pocket watch stickers. For the footboard, I took these two fairy garden gates. These are miniatures, and I'll be kind of hot gluing them together to suggest a wrought iron footboard. And then these are found objects by Bead Landing. They're really charms that look like fanciful pocket watches. And I hot glued those onto her footboard. These are turning rods from fashion. They're like fashion dollhouse components. I painted those black and hot glued them to the footboard as bedposts. So now I've added the headboard and the footboard to her bed. And this is where we were on Christmas Eve of 2015. And unfortunately, I got stuck here a long time because there was one piece that just didn't come. I couldn't make her pillow without this one last piece. And it finally came today, January 11th. And that's what this is. It's an iron-on transfer of a pocket watch hanging on a gold chain. Isn't it gorgeous? I think it's worth the wait. So for her pillow, I took a piece of black felt, more of the mint green harlequin diamond fabric. Then I cut a V in the black felt to kind of suggest a vest. Then I very carefully cut apart the iron-on transfer and the gold chain because I want to iron it on in a different way than it came. But first I'm going to use a gold ribbon to outline the top and bottom edges of her pillow, which you can see I have done here. And then I ironed on her pocket watch in the position that I wanted it. And now I'll be ironing on the curved part of the chain to the top part of the V here, which I've now done. And then finally I took the thicker gold chain and I ironed that across the top margin of the pillow. So now I'm ready to hot glue the two edges in the back and hot glue the bottom edge. And now I'm going to stuff cotton balls into the top part and then hot glue the top edge. And my Bunny Blanc pillow is done. It's quite charming. I did have some more of the gold chain left over, so I'm going to be hot gluing that to the top hat to look like the pocket watches are dangling from a chain. Found these little cute white pom-poms. Hot glued those to the bed posts on the footboard to suggest like a bunny's tail. And now we're ready to add the Wonderlandian quilt and Bunny's pillow, and then voila, we are done with Bunny Blanc's doll bed remake. My daughter is super excited about this bed, and I think it goes with Bunny really well. For some reason, this is her favorite bed, but it might just be because it's the most recent bed I've made, you know? So it's time to do some shout outs, and I want to do a big shout out to LED and Darling Charming Fan 101. Thank you all for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and you'll tell me what you think in the comments below.